right, welcome back. And yes, this is still the female agenda right here on Boss FM 95.5 Abuja, the station that knows the news and entertainment. And that's because we have the Boss's type of authority based on special standards. And yes, on the show this evening, I will be talking about developing and embracing employment empowerment opportunities. I'll take that again. Developing and embracing empowerment opportunities. You know, as we get into 2024, of course, we are already in 2024. And interestingly, today happens to be the last day of January, you know, the first month in 2024. And I like to say here right now that if you've not begun to take opportunities, if you've not begun to think about what to do with your year, then, well, this is the right time to get that done because time is not actually waiting. In fact, if you like to hear it the way some people have already gotten their first deals of the year, some people have already made their first monies of the year. So if you are still thinking about what to do with your year, well, I don't know what you're thinking about. I don't know what you're waiting for. However, on the show this evening, we are going to be, you know, helping the female, the lady, look at how to develop, you know, empowerment opportunities, how to prepare for it, and how to get empowered and how to embrace it when they finally come. You know, that's what it is. Okay, and join me in this discussion this evening is no other person than Ambassador Chinwe Lillian. She's a convener, Visionary African Women Summit and Awards. A very good evening to you, boss.
Good evening, please.
How does it feel being here this evening?
Yeah, well, I feel good.
Okay.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
All right. So I'd like to start with this more personal question. You know, how has it been, you know, working with women? What has been the feedback you've gotten, you know, working with women over time?
Okay. It's been an amazing journey because amazing and at the same time dynamic because, you know, my gender, women gender as a whole, some of us can be dramatic, but then it's a journey that has been worthwhile. So it's been a wonderful and seamless journey for me working with women.
So share some of the scenarios that you can think of, you know, that stood up for you while working with the women, especially when it comes to laying hold of things, you know, seeing things and going for it.
Okay. Yeah, I can say women are amazing creatures. Yeah, that this, you know, with the current economy, you know, no woman wants to sit back at home these days. Everybody wants to work. Yes, everybody wants to do some things because gone are the days where they say there are women belongs to the kitchen or women are relegated to the background. But right now, I can tell you for sure that a lot of women are already out there breaking boundaries, surmounting obstacles. You know, and I think to an extent is a plus for us. I know, because I keep telling people this 21st century, the future is female. Because there are a lot of things going on now, and when you look at who are the top people handling these things right now, you know that most of them are women. So I can tell you for sure that we are gradually moving. We are gradually taking up that mantle of leadership. It's no longer business as usual. The goalpost has changed. Women are coming out from their shell, amplifying their voices, raising their voices, speaking out, and taking those roles that before we used to think that these roles are meant for the men, but currently the women they are truly on top of their games.
So now
I give it to them.
I'll ask you this: do you think what do you think is responsible for this turn of events? If the economy, for instance, were to be rosy, were to be good, are we going to be having this turn, so, you know, of events? Are we going to be having that?
Well, I think one of the things that makes us to come out from our shell is women are becoming more aware of themselves. You know, not like in the olden days where the men are seen as a figurehead or the men are seen as a head taking most responsibilities. But, you know, even coming to when you get to the family, you find out that there are lots of women that are even doing these 50-50 bills at home with their husband. And what if a woman is not doing anything, how is she going to take up such responsibility? So I think, to an extent, the economy is also what is bringing us out from our shore because every woman now wants to be seen. Not gonna the days where you hear women are supposed to be heard. No, we're not just to to be heard, but we want to also be seen, not just be heard as well. We want to be seen, and at the same time, we want to be heard. So with the current economy, we are trying our best. We are striving so hard. We want to take those mantles on ourselves. We want to take those leadership, those things we feel the men are doing, that making them to be superior. Okay, now don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that we are not subordinates here. We are still subordinate, but in a process where we are still subordinates, we still want to come out and do some things for ourselves. We don't just to depend on anyone for survival. We want to take this mantle on ourselves, and we want to come out and shine as well.
All right, so let's look at the first phase of the discussion. That's developing, oneself as a woman, developing yourself to pick up opportunities. Now, more than ever before, there are opportunities that are coming up, and most of them, you see them, some opportunities that would let you know that, okay, as a woman, you're strongly advised to participate in this particular thing and all that. So if we're looking at the global scene, looking at the forefront, we're seeing that these opportunities are there. However, for some women, especially those of them that for some reasons are not as exposed, like me and you, they are still not taking up these opportunities. So how do you begin to develop yourself? For some people, they are seeing these things, but they don't even know where to start from. So as a woman, because one is listening to us right now and she's asking, I want to do what you're doing. I want to be, what I'm seeing my fellow women become. But how do I begin? Where do I start from?
Okay, first thing first, I always tell women, you just have to be self-aware. Who are you? You just don't sit. And not because, let me use some women who are married. You told them marriage has already ended their lives, their careers. But I tell them there is more to life to marriage. There are a lot of things you can even achieve, even in your husband's house. Nobody's saying you should not work. Nobody's telling you not to get married. But for the fact you are in your husband's house, the reason why you are there, because even God said that we are helpmates. You're supposed to be there to also help your husband, to support him. Marriage should not be the end. Before you get married, we have aspirations. You have a goal in life. Those goals, you just want those dreams and aspirations to just die down because you are married to a man. First of all, you have to be self-aware. Who are you? Who do you want to become? Not just married. Marriage should not end you. Okay, now, a lot of them, you notice that a lot of them wants to become, but they don't know where to start from.
Exactly.
They don't know where to start from. I've had serious, lots of people have come to me. I've mentored lots of women on this. You see a lot of them, they'll tell you, and I even know lots of people that were waxing strong when they were single. But immediately they got married, those dreams, when they start having kids, they start to even shuffle between family and their career. They're having a big problem there. So, and you see a lot of them, they'll tell you they can't do anything until they are done with a childbirth. But now I can always tell them, there are a lot of things you can even do, even from your home. You don't need to step out. You have a data, you have a smartphone. What are you using those phones for? You can actually come out from your shell. Who are you? Who do you want to be? Don't just, yes, I understand the fact that it may seem difficult, but it can only be difficult for you because you don't know who you are. Once you know who you are, you should be able to identify yourself, identify the problem, then tackle it. Who do you want to be? You understand? Aside your husband, you don't just hide behind your husband's shadow because you're a woman or because you're a wife. Who are you? Who are you behind your husband's shadow and behind being a woman? Who are you in particular? So I try to encourage every woman out there. Marriage should not end you. Marriage should not be the end. You have aspirations. You have dreams. Come out from your shell. Take up those mantles. You can start by writing out your goals. This is 2024. I said it. This is 2024. What your goals? Have you written it out? Write out those goals, and step by step, you're able to accomplish those goals. Yes, it takes. It's not. I know it's not going to be. It's going to be a step-by-step process. Take up that baby step first before you can get to a particular level. But for the fact if you are still there, you may be procrastinating. I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to go about this. In the process of you procrastinating, because they say procrastination is the killer of time. You keep procrastinating, at the end of the day, your time will not be utilized. So I urge every woman out there, try. I understand there's these opportunities. Why don't you embrace these opportunities? Embrace it. We have opportunities everywhere. You will have soft skills. Those soft skills, what are you using it there for? What are you using it for? You learn those skills. If you can't be a career woman, like you can't do a 9-to-5 job. Yes, I understand, because let me use an example. Sometime last week, I had a conversation with a young woman. She's married. I knew her when she was still single. I got to realize that she quit her job. She was no longer working. So when I had this conversation with her, I noticed you stopped. What happened? She said that she can't cope with marriage. She can't cope with her kids. Wow. Okay, so what do you want to do? Is it that you want to learn a trade, or you want? She said no, that she wants to go back to job actually after childbirth. Okay, now she's done with her childbirth. So is it that you're not saying? She said yes, that she's saying, just that she can't, as you know. I said, okay, why are you still at home? Why are you not doing anything? She said yes, so that she's looking for a job, that the economy is bad, that she can't take up any job. She can't do a job of less than 100K now. Yeah, even a job of 150,000 that she can't do, that the economy is so bad. I said, fine, you cannot do a job of 150,000 right now, so you prefer to stay at home. Is it what you want for yourself? She said yes, that she prefers to stay at home. I also told her, why don't you start a skill? Develop yourself in a particular skill, learn a trade if you wish to. She said, she's still thinking about it. What am I trying to say? Yes, sometimes we see this opportunity, but it takes women, they feel, some of them feel, I think because they don't even know the reason why they exist, their purpose in life. That's why you see some of them that are relegated at the background, because they feel they have a man in their life who will always provide for them. But forgetting that there is more to life, and there's a length to it. There's a particular time, there's a length where a man can provide, and he also gets tired. So those opportunities, when you see them, I tell every young woman or every woman out there, try to grab it. Even if it's a very little opportunity, try to utilize it, maximize your potential. Don't just feel that this thing is not something you cannot do. It's only when you feel that you cannot do something, that is the only way you will not be able to do it. Because once you say you'll be able to do something, why won't you do it? You will achieve it, because we have this inner strength in us. We women. Because sometimes we don't even know the power we possess as women.
True. What you're saying, I am really enjoying your flow of thoughts, and you seem to be more, when it comes to the ones that are married, which is very, very important. There are single ladies that you see them, they're so vibrant, but by the time they get married, they become, it's as though they just lose it. Even go to our creative, industry, you see lots and lots of that. They just get married, they change their name, and then that's like all you get to hear about them. However, there is this other set of people that are very they're bordering right now. They're if you like to call them the Gen Zs. I was with somebody, a guy, and he was showing me, a status, a WhatsApp status of a girl. I was like, these children, these girls of nowadays, all they just want to do is just become big all of a sudden, and start living life. And then I'm asking myself, how is a teenager having a phone that I cannot even afford? And then I'm seeing the background of this lady. She's from, her mom is selling akara or something. They are struggling to send you to school. You probably just managed to finish, the secondary school, and please, can we talk to our ladies, the young ladies? Because you ask most of them, they want to be Oga wife.
Yes.
You go on social media, go on TikTok, they are everywhere. And you're asking them, what exactly are you doing with your time? So how can they begin to, develop themselves now? No. Especially for those of them that when they enter SS1, that is it. Like, they have arrived. Yeah. I remembered once seeing a post, saying, if you have a boyfriend, hold your boyfriend well, because the next set of beautiful ones just finished from GSS3. Can imagine. And that's the way it is. It's this reality. I had to grapple with one myself, Yeah. So, how can we talk to them? Because I know most of them they're listening to the show. How can we begin to talk to them to begin to make use of their opportunity now? They are young, they're vibrant. Yeah. So what can they do?
When it comes to these young ladies, that is where the problem is. because the millennials, at least we know, at least we can differentiate. Well, when you talk about the Gen Zs, we need to, gone are the days where they say catch them young. You see now, catch them early, as in
From the womb.
From the womb.
Because they're so fast.
Because they are so fast. You see a young lady of 17, 18, doing some kind of thing that even you, in your 30s or in your 40s, you've not even attained such. You see a young lady, instead of her to sit and do something reasonable with her time. Another problem is even when you manage to send them to school, what are they doing in school? They just want to wear the latest hair, latest clothes. Ask any of them. Once you sit down and you want to have a decent conversation with some of them, because I'm not going to generalize.
Exactly.
I mean some of them.
Yeah.
When you can't even have a decent conversation with them. Because when they sit and you want to say something meaningful, whatever if you see the kind of things that comes out from their mouth, you'll be wondering, how is she trained? Who brought her up? So sometimes we need to do a whole lot of job on these young women. Most of them can't even differentiate their left from their right. They don't even know what they want to become. Ask them, what do you want to be? Some of them will say, I want to be a lawyer. Okay, what are you doing to even be that lawyer?
TikTok.
You start giving one flimsy excuse.
So is it, what have we lost? What have we lost? Because just like you said, I mean, it's as though the world of I don't want to use the word sin ladies, it ended with the millennials.
Yes.
And interesting part is that the Gen Zs are so opportune.
Yes.
They're so opportune because they are in the digital age. They are born into the digital age. So what do you think is the cause of this lackadaisical, laissez-faire attitude to life? And how can we begin to help them?
Okay, now, first thing first, some of them, the Gen Zs, are born into the digital age. But I can bet you, even this they can't even make use of this gadget properly. If you give them a system, can you sit down and even type your own CV? Can you even sit and write an application later? I work in an office where you may be looking for a sales rep. Can you write an application later? When you read it, you'll be wondering, this is somebody that passed through school. So what went wrong? Is it from the family? Because as far as I'm concerned, to an extent, I will always say, the first agent of socialization is the family.
The family has done their bit. They've sent them to school.
Yes, but sending a child to school is not enough. There's more to sending a child to school. Are you monitoring that child? Who are his or her friends? Have you seen them? Have you visited the child in school? Friends, who are they? It's not about paying your child's school fees. Okay, go to school. That's all. I know a lot of men are also sitting on this table. The only contribution they do in their family is to provide. Apologies to the men, but then, please, we all need to sit up. To raise a family, to raise a child, it takes a whole village, not just one person. It's not just only the mother, the father, the mother, neighbors, friends. So who are the child you've sent to school? Who is she mingling with? How often does she attend lectures? How is the religious background like? There's more to all these things. The only thing you know is to pay your child's school fees, you don't even know whether that child attends that school. You don't even monitor to know, because you pay their school fees. Some of them were not even in school. Today they're in Lagos, tomorrow they're in another city, next tomorrow they're in another city. And you claim your child is in school. Look at what is happening, both female and male. We are gradually losing it. These Gen Zs, they need to sit down and go back to the drawing board. They need to work on themselves. You don't just sit because you have a phone, or even the phone they use. Who buys those phones for them? Because sometimes their parents can't even afford such big phones. But you see them with it. So many of them are brought into depression because they want to belong. They want to meet up.
We're now hearing things like mental health, which we didn't used to hear as much,
When we were more, before.
A child will walk to me and say, I'm depressed. I'm like, okay.
Ask her, what are you doing? What is actually depressing? Why are you in this state? She's not going to say something tangible. She's either looking at her friend that is putting on the 24-inch women, what's it called?
Human hair.
Or the latest wig, the latest clothes. They're not even talking about soft skills.
So now, let's get to the next part of it, embracing, because it's very important that we look into embracing it.
That's the opportunity. Some of them don't want to embrace this opportunity. Yeah. You give them a job. I'm in partnership with what's it called? An agency, HR agency, human resource agency. We see all these things. You see a young lady looking for a job. You give her a job. Okay, submit your CV. I want you to do something. You are saying, okay, your take-home salary is 50,000 naira. The next time, she's saying that she can't afford to take up that job. Why? She's telling you that no, that this 50,000 she can actually make it in a night.
Wow.
So these are the opportunities, but some of them have
is she a security guard?
Which security guard? Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So how do you tend to? Except it's just about mindsets. They have to work on their mindset.
So is it that these things are not pleasing? They're not endearing to them? Is there something that we need to begin to do to make life, more fascinating to them, that they want to pick up life and run with it? Because they are the leaders of tomorrow. That's the truth. I don't want to bring in politics, but they're still the same people that these politicians will pick up. That is the bad ones, because I know they are the good politicians.
Yes.
The bad ones will pick up and use as tools against the country tomorrow.
Yes, because they will always use them because they don't even know who they are. They just want to make this quick money. Nobody wants to sit and think. Nobody wants to make use of his or her talent. And if you notice this, like you said, we have lots of soft skills. What are they using it for? No, they don't. That's why you see a lot of that's why you see youths going into some kind of they're going into crimes. Because they don't want to sit and do the job of 200K a month. They'll tell you once they do something, once they do this, they will get 1 million. That is what they should sit. Go to the streets. You see a young boy, 16, 17, peers, you see earring everywhere, dread everywhere, carrying, walking up and down. I'm not saying, we have good ones, like I keep saying it. What are they doing? Some of them can't even go to school and sit and learn. Everybody wants to do Yahoo. Everybody wants quick cash. Everybody wants to make this money. Nobody wants to sit down and think. No.
0902-922-2944 or 0807-777-3288. You can put the calls through to us, or send us a message on 0901-625-2525. We're talking about embracing, opportunities, as they come. That's what we're looking at today on the show. So we would want you to be part of the discussion that we're having today in the studio. And with me, I still have Boss Ambassador Lillian Chinwe as my guest. Now, let's look at networking. How do you, as a lady, I know that if you look at, of course, with the older ones, we have, if you look at the meetings, female gatherings, there are so many. In fact, it is even more than the ones you see men are.
Yeah.
But you find that with as much gatherings as you have for female, it's as though we are not as productive as the men. So is it that we do not have, purpose-driven organizations that are looking into networking, or what exactly is wrong?
No, we have, because when you talk of purpose-driven organization, Visionary African Women's Summit is one of those purpose-driven organizations. We do have this summit, this conference every year for these women. They come together, network, These are purpose-driven women.
Well, how about other little ones? I mean, you see, even some communities, they have meeting groups for women. You go to church, there are meeting groups for women.
Yes.
So how can they begin to leverage on networking, to be able to and to get better results?
Yes, I think I think we lack this implementation process. We don't implement things. Maybe you see some persons, not all, they will come for such gatherings. There's a reason for these gatherings. The purpose, some of these guys, the purpose is because we want these women to be at the forefront of change. So some of these women, when they come, some of them, you see the reasonable ones that knows the reason why or the purpose why they are in that gathering. You see them networking. You see them fostering collaborations because they know the reason why they are there. When you get to the grassroots, like you said, we have this, even at church, we have this group meeting, different groups and all that. How are they, when you foster this networking, how are they, some of them are just there, they don't implement. After the gathering, everybody goes her way and nobody does a follow-up.
Instead, you see gossip groups.
Exactly. They don't want to. They don't want to be. That's why I keep saying your circle matters. Who are your circle? Who are your network? Because they say your network is your network. Who are you mingling with? Who are you collaborating with? Who is your friend? Is it a purpose-driven friend or just a gossip mate? Because whoever you call your friend should be able to drag you. It should be get friends of like mind. Because I know sometimes you may have a friend, and if you're not purpose-driven, your friend will be able to pull you up. People can collaborate and network and do things together to bring out something bigger. So your friends, I keep telling you, you cannot underestimate the importance of networking, most especially in this 21st century. Your network is your network. Who are your friends? A lot of even in this gathering, a lot of these conferences has fostered lots of partnership, lots of collaborations in businesses. You see somebody, maybe I don't know you before, but two of us met at a conference. We exchanged contact. Okay, what do you do for a living? You tell me, I do something, and two of us can come together, team up, and bring out something good. So we need to realize the importance of this networking. Importance of network, sorry. We need to work together as a team. The kids, the young women, they need to understand the fact that there is more to life. Some of these lifestyles they're living is just to a particular, to an extent. It won't go far. What happens tomorrow? You can only move forward in life when you have something outside. You want to wear the latest wig, you want to wear the latest clothes, you want to use the latest gadget. Is that what all life is all about? So I think young women, we need more sensitization. Yeah, let me come to the government. The government is actually trying, but I feel they also need to do more. We all have to do more because we are gradually losing it. The Gen Zs, some of them are gradually losing it. Everybody wants to be a millionaire overnight. Everybody wants to become the latest Dangote. Forgetting that there are lots of sleepless nights out there. There were a lot of hard work. Dangote didn't become rich overnight. We don't want to hear the stories. There is time, there is purpose in life. There is process. You can't jump those things. It is not process when you jump a step.
Wow. It's not process when you jump a step.
Yes.
There is nothing that can stop you from being who you want to be. And you know the interesting part, there are examples everywhere. What exactly do you want to do? You want to be a stay-at-home mom. I mean, they are called mompreneurs now. Like they stay at home, they take care of their children, and they are making amazing impact in their generation. You want to be a career woman, you can still be that, and your family will still be so intact. The examples are bound everywhere. And that is leading me to this next question. How do you pick a mentor to mentor you as a woman, so that you can be prepared? And when you're even going along the line and you face challenges, you can always have somebody to fall back to ask questions. How do you actually pick a mentor?
Okay, when you talk of mentorship, you don't just pick anybody from the blues as a mentor. You have to look at their past and see what have they achieved in life. Who are they? Who are these people? Not just anyone. Everybody can come and tell you he or she is a coach. Everybody wants to all of a sudden become a coach.
We have coaches everywhere.
We have coaches. That's what I'm saying. We have coaches everywhere. We have mentors everywhere. Self-acclaimed mentors. But no results. Before you even want to choose a mentor, yourself, who are you? You have to identify who you are, then look for somebody who aligns with your own purpose in life. This is somebody you admire so well, somebody you know that you can easily take advice from. These are people with past experiences, people that are doing so well in the different fields of works. You don't just go outside and pick anybody as a mentor. You have to look very well. Who are they? These are people people you can always take advice from. And being a mentor does not necessarily be that the person, being a mentor is also somebody who can put you through, who can guide you, who can give you opportunities, who can recommend you. It's not about this. The mentor is not just anybody who every day you meet the person for advice, the person will keep advising you every time the person is advising. In as many the person is advising you, a mentor, the true definition of a mentor is also somebody who can see an opportunity and tell you, go there, take this thing. This is somebody you can take as a mentor. You don't just pick anybody as a mentor. Who do you want to be? Who do you want to become in life? From there, you choose someone who trades on the same line of business or career.
Yes. All right, let's look at, because I like to say this right here. If you are a young lady and you're listening to the sound of our voices this evening, opportunities are everywhere. In fact, let me let you know that most times these days, you see opportunities from 15 to 25. That's the age range.
The problem is they don't see it.
15 to 25.
Do you know the reason why they don't see these opportunities? Because most of them are on TikTok, they're on WhatsApp, they're on social media.
We're not against you being on social media, but there are other things
you can do with your phone.
So you're seeing opportunities between 15 to 25, and some of them comes with scholarships.
Yes.
And you're throwing these things away. You are a young lady, you're listening to the sound of our voice. You want to go to school, but your parents don't have money to take you to school. You are able to get those big phones, and these opportunities are passing you by. Boss Lady will give us more opportunities, things that we can look out for. Let's look at with our phones, because that's like the thing that everybody is a unifier right now.
Yes.
Everyone, you see, before I will see you.
You see me.
I will look at my phone like how many times?
Yes.
So how can we take those opportunities how can we harness those opportunities from our phones?
Like I said, once you have a phone, you have a data, you already have an opportunity. You can do a whole lot with your phone. Look at even when you get to social media now. I tell people that social media is now a market. Bring your goods, whatever you sell, your goods, services, put it out there. People are making it. You see lots of women that don't even have a physical shop. They're drop shipping. You drop ship as a young woman until you get your own capital to start up a business.
Yes.
People are making it. Is it the issue of soft skill? I was citing an example for you. January, I took up a tech skill training. That training alone, the person facilitating that training is a stay-at-home mom. Like when I mean a stay-at-home, she's a full-time housewife. She doesn't have a physical office. Whatever she does it from the comfort of her home. The tech skills, I paid 30,000 naira for that tech skill.
Wow.
Just for January badge. We are 70. in the class.
So she made about 2.1 million from the comfort of her home.
Comfort of her home, just only January. February, second batch is almost ongoing. What am I trying to say? She's a stay-at-home mom. Tomorrow you tell me with your phone you can't achieve anything. Who said so? What are you using your phone for? Your phone is just for you to be on Facebook, to be on social media, just to enrich Mark. That is what I tell people.
Laugh at other people, engage on their posts, and nobody's engaging on yours.
On yours. Even those who are laughing at their posts, they're making money. Is it the comedians? You opened whatever, you screaming, even streaming their songs online. I mean, musicians, they're making money. You're carrying the latest iPhone and you don't know how to make use of it.
Please go and give it to charity. Well, there's so much to say. There is so much to say, but time will not allow us to go. But I will end with the words of, someone that I look up, a senior colleague. She told me something one day while we're talking, and she told me that every dress I make pays for itself. Every dress that I make pays for itself. And I do not repeat one dress 2 times. So in other words, everything that you spend on yourself should pay for itself. So if you have a phone, you spend money on data, and the data cannot pay for itself, then you've not started.
Yes.
So you don't have any excuse. That's what we're trying to say. If a stay-at-home mom can make 2.1 million, it didn't start in a day. I can tell you that it didn't start in a day. But you have to start from where you are right now. Start building. You will get there. You will get there. But you just have to build. Keep working on yourself. Keep pushing yourself. And keep getting yourself ready for the opportunities. On your skills, on them. It will work out. And if you're a young lady, please, don't let your life be wasted. You shouldn't look at your life when you're 25, 28, and you're asking yourself, what have I achieved? There is so much to you than just to be a caricature in the hands of a man. And with those words, I will use to end the show this evening. Thank you so much, Boss Lillian, for coming to the show this evening. This is Female Agenda for today. Next week, Wednesday, we'll be back with something spectacular for you. Until then, I want to thank every one of you that listened to the show. Amen. Thank you so very much for listening, for joining in the conversation also. Thank you so very much. Till next week, I am Peace or Genegbawe, and you can call me Gene, the Goddess. Have a splendid evening. Stay bossed.